Well, we've saved the best for last on this USL Championship Saturday night. It's Phoenix Rising, it's New Mexico United. Need we say more? It's all presented by Equality Health. Casino Arizona Field is the site here in Scottsdale, Arizona. With Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern. We are very much looking forward to this rivalry matchup. And speaking of a rivalry, there's not much history. It's just 1 year. But when you go back to 2019, boy, did we have some cracking games.
Twice in league play, once in Open Cup. And to be fair, if you go by the statistics, Josh, nobody's won a game yet. We've gone to penalties and you've gotten a winner there. But let's go back to the masterful performance that was put on by Santi Moar. This is the 3-3 game at the beginning of last year. Dissecting runs, striking from distance. This right here is exactly why Phoenix went out and got him in the offseason. What a magical piece that can work from outside in and vice versa, and they're happy to have him on their side of the field this time.
And then in the U.S. Open Cup, it was Cody Mizell coming up with the big save, and this really sparked New Mexico's Open Cup run.
The sure-footed left footer that is A.J. Cochran. They say he's one of the best at distribution and striking the ball in the Phoenix Rising squad. Cannot get by Cody Mizell. Here's the one thing that's interesting to me. Yes, you're going to see Joey Kalishi strike this in the 90th minute. Yes, it's going to be fantastic. Notice anything about all three games, Josh? Every single time New Mexico United out in front, every single time Phoenix Rising coming from behind to claw away at least a point.
Well, that's what makes this rivalry special, and tonight is going to be a fun chapter. It's the only time these teams are facing off in the regular season. Tonight's Pacific Office Automation player to watch is Kevin Lambert.
Really excited to see how the formation for New Mexico United shapes up because of his responsibility and what he's going to have to do in the middle of the field. You just take a look at his performance against El Paso Locomotive last Saturday. 92.7% passing accuracy. He does that and more. Where he needs to get better, stretch to the final third. But he's not always asked to do so, and he's so consistent on the defensive side of the ball. You can give him any markup. He's happy to do it. He's going to be busy. Chris Weehan is one of those marks that's going to come into his region, and it's going to happen on a regular basis. Scored in 4 straight games. Tied the assist record back in 2017. He's looking for the golden boot to get up on that mantle.
And New Mexico United without Devin Sandoval tonight, so that's something to keep an eye on. Well, here we go. Both coaches call this a heavyweight battle. There's just one matchup here in the regular season, and it is next here in Phoenix. Lineups and first kick coming right up.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Unlimited graphic design for a flat rate monthly fee. Unlimited revisions and next business day delivery. Designpickle.com.
Back here at Casino Arizona Field, building up to first kick between Phoenix Rising and New Mexico United tonight. Beautiful night, albeit a little bit warm, of course, here in the desert for some soccer. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Arizona Federal Credit Union. Here's Rick Schontz's starting 11.
Eric Dick out, Zach Lubin in. That's it. That's the tweet. Just kidding. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? You still have this beautiful 4-3-3 movement. Think last time out against El Paso Locomotive. It's the best we've seen out of Phoenix Rising, but by no means is it the ceiling. Front three, fantastic. Middle three is where I'm really looking for more out of. Lambert, we talked about how good he's been, but you have to find a way to stretch this game out of Stanton and Baquero and really bridge the gap. What do you think that New Mexico United and Troy Lesesne are going to do? Are they going to stay in a 3? Are they going to stay in a 4? The good news is they have the luxury to change things up if need be. We're going to start in a 4, though. We're going to go with Yearwood at the left back. Salim Mohamed's going to go into the right. Tete and Kalen right now. If you want to change this, you can move Mohamed up into the middle. The difference is you'd probably see a midfield 5 instead of a midfield 4. You'd still allow Weehan to play around a little bit and step himself up top. Amando Moreno can get involved as well. Suggs will go to the left side. He'll play in the midfield, and that's where you really get the change here, is that you can move this into a 3 pretty quickly. We've seen them have success with it, but are they committed to the cause?
Well, the teams are on the field. It'll be New Mexico United in all black, and it'll be Phoenix Rising in all red. Here we go. Tonight from Casino Arizona Field, New Mexico United, Phoenix Rising. Both these coaches speaking highly of this rivalry, and it's kind of weird because when you look at rivalries, usually they're based on history. Proximity is also part of it, of course, as it is in this rivalry, but there isn't too much history aside from just 3 matches last year. They all ended in draws, and they were all very, very thrilling encounters. And we're hoping we get the same here tonight, even though there's no crowd backing Phoenix Rising. It should be an exciting one out on the pitch. Both these teams have been good in the early going. Both come in 3-1-1 and 10 points. It's Group B versus Group C for the 2nd straight week for Phoenix Rising. Darnell King, early jaunt down the right wing. He'll keep this alive for Phoenix. An early opportunity as Mizell will come off his line and claim it. Devin Kerr, what are we looking for early on?
I want to make sure first and foremost that the pace there for Phoenix Rising is prevalent. Make sure that you don't fall behind. 2 out of the 3 games that they did play against New Mexico United, they fell behind in the opening 15 minutes. And New Mexico United make sure that one of those masterful performances we've seen the past couple of matches, most recently on the road at OKC Energy FC, spill over. United, much like Rising, have been good, just not great. Still waiting for both of these teams to break through.
Throw in here for Austin Yearwood. And here's Moreno. And Weehan. Scored in 4 straight matches. We featured him in the pregame for good reason. It's cut out. Asante. And Weehan committed the foul. Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Showcase Honda. Devin, what are the keys tonight?
Phoenix Rising, don't chase. That kind of alludes to what we just talked about, how they fall behind early. Don't chase this game. Set the tempo on your own. You don't want to be reactive, you want to be proactive. And that's real simple. Rick Shantz always talks about it. Blow the whistle, and here it comes. Quick, quick, slow for New Mexico United. They are one of the best in the entire business, just like El Paso Locomotive, of picking things up and then dropping the tempo. That start and stop can cause problems for opposing teams. Have to wonder where the transitions are going to come from. At what point in time is the rotation going to start to come at you? And where on the field does it start to take shape? It's when they're at their best.
Dadashav on the turn, and there is a foul. Showcase Honda is a proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. They're the fastest growing Honda dealer in the Valley, so it's great when 2 winners come together. If you're looking to be taken care of, get over to Showcase's Stadium on Camelback Road or online at showcasehonda.com. Quick talking to between Rufat Dadashav and Lucas Spala, tonight's referee. Cody Mizell will put this back into play. Fond memories in that goal that he's in right now. Referring to the U.S. Open Cup, that penalty kicks win. That sparked their journey all the way to the quarterfinals before they bowed out to Minnesota United. They went on to the final before losing out to Atlanta. Here's Becerra.
Shift already coming from the visitors, Josh, and not surprised that they're moving the players around, just who goes where.
Parks catching Lubin off his line. Oh, how about that? And a backflip to boot. 1-0 to the roadside.
Watch the tempo, watch the pace. Do not fall behind early. That is going to be every single word that came out of Rick Schauntz's mouth when it came to previous matchups against New Mexico United. Yes, there's a shift. Josh Suggs dropped to the back. Muhammad goes to the left, but that does not matter in this play. Moreno drops back in. Just look, picks his head up, and then you're off to the races. Romeo Parks, you've been waiting for him to showcase himself as the spotlight player he's been in the past. Drops right in behind A.J. Cochran and Corey Whelan. The back line of Phoenix Rising get themselves in trouble once again. Third time in 4 matches, New Mexico United out in front in the opening 15 minutes.
Well, we said there'd be fireworks. How about that? About 5 minutes in, it's Romeo Parks. He slots in because of Devin Sandoval. He's not included, and there is a giveaway. Here's Chris Wehan. Trying to set something up. And Moreno just puts this out of play. How about that for a start for New Mexico United? I always say goals change games, but this early in a match, I mean, especially with this heavyweight of a battle, boy, this really sets the tone for a fun 85 minutes. That's still a long time.
Still pretty scary that they've never scored the opening goal, Rising. Now you're starting to get a much better look at what this is going to look like. Juan Pablo Guzman and Andrew Tenari in the midfield, Salih Muhammad basically pinching in to create a midfield 3 next to him. And what you're going to get is Josh Suggs pushing much higher, taking chances. They are going with 4, but he will gamble over there. You have the coverage with Kalen Ryden, and it all comes down to how much press you're going to get. Alessandro Menasante, John Baquero, Sam Stanton, when they do start to step, it'll be intermittent at times. A lot of pressure will be coming, but it's calculated for sure. Moreno goes out to the right midfielder spot, and what a ball that he plays in to Romeo Parks, by the way. Does half the legwork. Just has the perfect understanding of what his surrounding is. Look at the goalkeeper, quick up touch over the top, and we're out in front.
There's Guzman in the middle. We talked with Troy Lesesne this week. He says they are hyper aware of conceding from winning spots. Now, of course, there's still 80 some odd minutes to play, but we'll see how that shakes out. Here's Parks again, the goal scorer. Crossing into the middle. It was a deflection that takes it out for a corner kick. New Mexico United, they look like they're firing out of the gates here in the early going. All corner kicks brought to you by Carvana. It's Chris Wehan. Oh, Suggs crashing in there. He just couldn't time that correctly. He'll send it in again. The header just high. It was Ryden getting up for it.
We've seen some success at this field before. Ryden, of course, coming over from our 2019 championship winning squad, Real Monarchs. Integral piece to that back line on their run to the title. What a luxury you are if you're Troy Lesesne to be able to move Kalen Ryden into the 4, into the 3. Push and pull this any which way because he is so understanding of what's being asked of him in the system around.
Fleming's in space. Slight mistouch. It's still Fleming's. Lost his footing. Now New Mexico can look upfield. Well, how jarring can an early goal, especially in the fashion that it came, be for Phoenix tonight?
A goal in general is one thing, but when you've done it time and time again against an opponent, the mental defeat is what really starts to take its toll. Now, knowing the professionals that are on Phoenix Rising, I don't see that happening. However, you start to dig deep down into your soul and you kind of go, really? Again? A lot of these guys, Josh, were on the field last year. Understand that obviously Dadashov wasn't, but John Vaquero, Lambert, Asante, Flemings. There's 4 of your front 6. Zach Lubin, of course. And they understand exactly what's at stake here. And it's easy to look at the points, the standings. But I promise you, and I talked about this on a couple outlets, pride and honor are what this is going to come down to. You will see different gears start to kick in when this game starts to stretch itself. You have to ask yourself as an individual, what are you willing to do to chase this and go get a victory? We're nowhere near that at this point in time. You're Phoenix Rising, 10 minutes in, settle down. New Mexico United, stick to what you've been doing well.
Well, you say, oh no, again, but to the same point, Phoenix has come back each and every time. They've gotten something out of those results. Obviously, not the 3 points they want.
How many times you want to play that gamble, though?
Oh, I don't want to play that.
4th time in a row you've now come from, you're going to have to come from behind, I would say. They've gotten fortunate multiple times in previous games, and it's really that one opponent, outside of the Monarchs, getting the back-to-back results at the end of the season last year, that have really had Phoenix's number.
Here's Dadashov, Asante on the right, Flemings on the left. Here's Flemings back to his right. And a big block comes in, and this will go out of play. Not sure if it's going to be a corner or a throw, and nonetheless, it'll be for Phoenix. Dadashov had a lot of options there.
Late challenge here on Junior Flemings on the slide back in, right as he hits this tail end of it. Watch Guzman coming all the way through, studs up. Hard for a referee to point to the spot here. Shot's already off, not causing an infraction on the play. Seen less for sure. But the better route probably was Solomon Asante on the back post run.
It was a corner kick. Here's Asante again. Low cross comes in. It's cleared away. Flipped along for Dadashov. Finds himself on this right side. Now Asante just high and out of play. Tonight's injury report brought to you by the Mayo Clinic. No injuries for either side. That's pretty good news.
Full team selection. Not a lot of changes within the respective 18s either. Sam Hamilton makes his way onto the bench. Nice to see that once again. Santi Moar back from his suspension. Red card he received against the Orange County game.
His inclusion will be interesting to watch tonight. Of course, his former side.
I got to be honest, Josh, hearing the way that Rick Schantz was speaking about him would have been difficult to fit him in, but was quite surprised that he didn't. It seemed like, you know, this one means a bit more obvious. Former club, what he was able to do with them last year at league play, Open Cup run, a part of so many amazing memories. But again, when you're coming off your best performance of the year for Phoenix Rising, difficult to change.
Slipped in behind for Parks. New Mexico United in on goal again. Parks goes down, and the referee points to the ball. Play on. Maybe a chance for Phoenix to counter. Junior Flemings. Dadashov holding his run. Still Flemings. And he's cut off. Well, he was weaving through defenders last week. And this time, no dice. Lambert. Rick Schantz said He's usually one of the first names on the team sheet. Mentioned him in the pregame. His passing has improved here in 2020. Over the top. This is nice from Phoenix. Dadashov. The whistle came and the flag was up. Very fine margins there, and I don't think Dadashov is convinced.
Josh, he goes down here. Could have been a pen. Could have been a goal. Does stick it in the back of the net instead. Just has to stall the run for half a second, and he'll find himself in an onside position. Well done by John Vaccaro to hold this up. And there's the little step that I talked about. Plays a little hide and seek on the backside of Kalen Wright's left shoulder. And we did see that a few times last game against El Paso Locomotive. He was great at this right here, dropping down in the midfield, hold up play, and then the guy's peeling off. But he's got to be smarter in his runs up top.
Here's Flemings for Dadashov. He was cut off by Ryden. Goes to ground, regains his footing, and keeps possession for the meantime. Tenari will win a throw-in. Arizona Complete Health is the exclusive health plan partner of the Phoenix Rising Football Club, providing each member the tools they need to successfully manage their own health. No matter your age or stage in life, Arizona Complete Health has you covered. Yearwood to throw it back in. Diagonal ball. Here's Moreno. Parks. Here for another throw-in. We asked both coaches this week, does this game mean a little bit more? Obviously, both coaches brought up the fans and the community, how that's a rivalry, and how, of course, the proximity plays into it as well. But Rick Schatz brought it up, said all these games are worth the same. And in a short season like this, points are so crucial. It doesn't really matter who you get them against, but of course it'd be a little bit sweeter. Now it's Flemings, 1-1. Just like that, Flemings back on the score sheet, and Phoenix Rising back level.
Momentum switches just like that, Josh. Beautiful ball up over the top. A taste of the own medicine for New Mexico United. John Vaccaro, ask and you shall receive. Distribution's been lacking recently, but how about this ball up over the top to Junior Flemings? And watch how smart this is. Little touch into negative space. What does that mean? He's coming back into the path of the defender, but it causes an issue. Because as you start to step over Tete, you have to now cut in behind yourself. Junior Flemings recognizes that, puts it on that magical right boot, and just tucks it home to even this up.
Well, the second straight week that Vaccaro has found Flemings for a goal. Of course, last week maybe Flemings did a little bit more, but this week, they'll count the same. 5th goal in the season for Flemings, and here we go again. Is this game living up to the hype or what? Now we'll see what the response from New Mexico United is. There's Moreno. He'll go for goal. Oh, he wasn't far away. Quite ambitious from the New Mexico number 10. And now for a goal kick.
More importantly, a different look than we've seen so far from United, Josh. Again, that quick, slow, right? Methodical movement, side to side. We've seen the quick fire option moving up top. Amando Moreno, 5th minute, finding Romeo Parks. And this time, a little bit of space, trying to pick out that far corner. Troy Lesesne in his tenure here, after his appointment by owner Peter Trevisani, understands that the evolution has to continue. Yes, it's a great start to the expansion year, but it has to be more. Pick up a couple extra pieces. Amando Moreno is one of them. And that start-stop play, so similar to what you see out of the likes of Red Bull 2.
Flemings, oh, he was in on goal, but he committed the foul before. And that matchup with Flemings and Yearwood, that's one to watch. And of course, Flemings got the better of Yearwood just moments ago for the goal. Pardon me, that was Tete. Nonetheless, he's a handful. Phoenix again.
All the space that's locked in. There's nowhere for them to go right now. Well done. Just recycle this. From the other direction. Make United chase a little bit.
Flipped up into the middle. The header was missed. Looks like Asante will get on the end of this. The cross coming in all the way through Flemings. Oh, the shot was blocked. Here's Asante again. Dadashov, 2-1. Phoenix from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. It's Asante to Dadashov again.
The 50-50s and secondary opportunities had to be recycled from the previous matchups, Josh. Solomon Asante whipped the first one in, goes back outside. Let's have some more fun and ask other questions of this wheeling and dealing back four right now of New Mexico United. Josh Suggs caught up high a little bit. And this is the second one that does get whipped back in. Kalen Ryden gets shielded. Notice all the space. Really well done here. That's got to be a call by Tete to pass it on. Communication lacking. Dadashov has no problem stepping in. Easy pickings for their number 9.
So another goal for Dadashov. That's now 5 on the season. And another assist for Solomon Asante. He's now 1 assist shy of 30 for his career. He's also just 1 goal shy of 40 for his career. He'd be the first 40-30 goal assist player in the USL Championship. Might get that later on tonight based on how the goals are coming in this one. Phoenix wants more. Here's Beccaro. On switch of play for Asante. Onto his left foot. It's a weak shot in the end. And skips into the hands of Mizell.
Let's see the response now by the visitors on the road. The saving grace for them is they don't have to deal with the raucous crowd that is Casino Arizona Field. Unfortunate as it may be. Gives you a bit more of optimism for New Mexico United. Just trying to find that proper balance right now. The quick transition on the far side has been an issue with Josh Suggs. There's a good look at him playing so high. Said the coverage would be there for Kalen Ryden. But the goal, especially the second one, Josh, the second that he starts to pinch over a little bit, the space in behind, it's got to be a slide over by Yearwood and Tete to help out.
Parks out for Yearwood. Troy Lesesne said it this week, cannot make mistakes in possession. A lot of goals that we can see come from our own mistakes. Now it's New Mexico trying to get back in this one, trying to find that equalizer. Zanari. Sprayed out wide left. Here's Parks cutting in field. The cross coming in. Lubin was there to snatch it away. Slow things down rather than start the counter. Back in goal tonight is Zach Lubin after being replaced by Eric Dick last week. First start for Eric Dick for Phoenix Rising. So foot race for it. The whistle comes. It looks like the ball actually did go past the touchline and out for a throw-in.
Junior Flemings was licking his chops again. Thought he was in. Long balls on his left-hand side. Having an issue with Tete and Yearwood. Trying to find a way to make sure that his passing lanes are closed off. Not able to do so yet. They are staying true to form in this 4-4 little formation where obviously they stack their players at the top, Josh, but just watch Mondo Moreno, Sidney Mohammed. They will pinch in and they'll try. And I say try because what you're really seeing right now is just one-sided affair with Josh Suggs getting up into the action. Yearwood having to stay home because they're having so many problems on the back line tracking the runners, specifically what Junior Flemings has been able to do.
Comes Phoenix again for Baquero. Didn't get enough behind that shot. Referee says play on as Suggs goes to retrieve it. It's Darnell King who is down grimacing in pain. Walking off the field. He's hoping he can continue.
Josh, I want to go back a couple moments ago to this amazing tackle by AJ Cochran. Watch, misses the first one. Comes back around, gets beat. All ball. Beautifully done. That's some quality resolve.
Here comes New Mexico. Moreno, oh, was there for him. He just couldn't make clean contact and out for a goal kick.
Their back line has struggled multiple games in a row, Phoenix Rising. The initial thought is, okay, you're rotating multiple players, and in a perfect world, slide one in, two out, whatever it may be. You don't miss a beat. It's obviously not the case because chemistry is built, relationships forge their foundation. And you start to learn people's tendencies. Sticking with the same back four, say semi-decent performance against El Paso Locomotive because they were stretched and challenged. We're hoping that the start would have been better. It obviously wasn't the case. It's a good recovery since then, though. It has to be better.
Now played in behind. Lubin off his line. Wearing the captain's armband tonight. Taken away by Moreno. Options in the middle, including Weehan. Denied by Cochran. Now Guzman. Played down the left, the charging run of Josh Suggs. Looks like this will be a corner kick for New Mexico United.
Perfect chase by Josh Suggs down to the corner. Well done to keep it out, but still, Phoenix troubling themselves by playing out of the back. You don't need to play this ball into Lambert. The minute you give it to him, he's already in a 2v1 with a third defender approaching. You make him put you in a bad spot. Yeah, it's a bad decision and a bad ball that he plays, but he shouldn't have been given it in the first place. That's one of the ones where you hit the ball, reset, move your line up high, and you go again.
The in-swinger, Lubin coming way off his line. Big collision. This go off of last. Looks like Lambert is down. It looks like it'll be a goal kick. We will get our first half hydration break. Looks like we're right at the 30-minute mark. Boy, it's been an exciting first 30 minutes. Dadashov, Flemings, the 2 goals for Phoenix. Parks, the 1 goal for New Mexico. Let's go back and take a look at this goal from Parks. This is a good angle of it.
You still have to have the wherewithal to get the quick peek. The ball has to be right, has to make sure he gets it up, but at the same time, enough pace to drop it down in. Junior Fleming says, yeah, that's great. I've read that book before. Watch what I can do. Hop, skip, and a jump. Just 12 minutes for the home squad to respond. Still love the ball by Baquero. Solomon Asante repays the favor. That would be 5 minutes later. The Rufat Dadashov just sticks out that wondrous left foot. Tucks it in, that gets them to 2-0. And there's your Sprouts Farmers Market virtual watch party. Don't mind if you do. Nice to see everybody. Thank you for joining us.
So that is where we stand at this hydration break. You having fun yet?
We're getting there, right?
It's been great so far, I have to say.
Troy Lesesne doesn't feel it with the direction that he's given to his team right now.
I don't think this would be fun for either coaching staff. I mean, this is back and forth.
You'd be
It's a bit of a chess match of how you want to. I mean, we've been talking about New Mexico's formation. What's it going to be? Where are these players going to be? It's a chess match.
I said to you, I would still like to see United in a 3-back against Rising. The reason I say that is, if you go back to where they fell last year, talking about Phoenix Rising, and it wasn't often, it was only 4. They lose to Orange County, they reel off 20 in a row. Yeah, that's great. Just kidding. Obviously a massive record that they put in, not just in the USL Championship, but in soccer in the United States in general. They lost 3 games after that. Fresno and Real Monarchs, twice. Both in a 3-back system. The success is there. The problem is the perfection has to be at the highest order. And though United have looked good in it, don't necessarily feel that they're at the point where they're ready to tinker with the likes of Phoenix Rising. I mean, maybe you pull that out. We saw it respectfully against OKC Energy FC. Bring it against a lesser opponent, perfect it, see if you have the ability to get better in it as the season goes on. The other issue you run into, Josh, is you've only got 16 games. So it's not like you have that many opportunities to play around.
All right, in a 30-plus game season,
It's a different story.
You can mix and match. You can try different things. 16 games, it's a sprint. It's not a marathon. You got to get results and get them quick. Now going back to that OKC game, Troy Lesesne said that first half was maybe one of the best 45s he's seen in quite some time for his side. It was a 3-0 win last week in Oklahoma City. Stanton. There's Darnell King. Looks okay after picking up that slight knock moments ago. It's played in there by Stanton.
They're out of position right now, too. There's space to be had if you can get on it for United.
Wehan. Moreno is making the run. The pass is behind him, and he's unable to keep it in play. Truly Nolan, faster than a speeding cockroach, smarter than conniving ants, and more ruthless than a bed of scorpions. That's why when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, there's no escape. For a free estimate and $50 off pest control, go to trulynolan.com. Tete will track this down. Zell will send it upfield. Yearwood. Moreno in lots of space. Yearwood asking for it back. Moreno to the end line. The cross coming in. It goes just wide. That was the man you wanted on the end of it. Chris Wehan just couldn't put it on frame.
Could kind of see this play taking shape though, right? This is one that comes straight out of the training ground, and the better option was Austin Yearwood, wide open at the top of the 18. Watch as he plays this ball. Moreno gets down and just cut this over the left shoulder, and you can put one easily on target. Now, it's not a bad look to come all the way across to your guy who scored 4 straight games, Chris Wehan, but still in traffic, difficult angle, and he's got 3 defenders to boot.
Quick foul there on the midfield. Tenari. Yearwood again. Parks. Knocked away by Whelan for a throw-in. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. Distribution pretty good here to this right side. It's Wehan for Parks. Oh, a lot of space on that left side. Cross into the middle. Just a little too much air under it. Now maybe time for Phoenix to come back upfield. Here's Beccaro. It's wise to slow things up. And it's intercepted. This game really starting to open up. Moreno, if it wasn't already. Parks. It's been a lot of running. It's a hot night. Kind of see it out there.
I'm exhausted. It's just watching it. I mean, you don't miss the training sessions that build you up until this point. You do miss the game days, though. Great ball.
Long switch of play for Asante. Gets taken down. Faris says play on. Advantage was being played. Lucas Spalla. Stanton. Lambert DeConto. The giveaway. It's New Mexico now look upfield.
Both of these teams, Josh, they're trying to build. They're getting about 80% of the way there. And the balls that are being given away are just force. It's not trying anything crazy. It's these 10-yard balls trying to come back across the middle into areas that, yes, you'd like to have open, but there are other options available. The good news is you're not giving away in your own half. These commentators curse. Not yet. I wonder if the thought process can just speed up a little bit or start to morph here. Some quality rotation by both of these teams, and just watch this far side of the field. There's a good look at the space, exactly how much Josh Stuggs is willing to gamble. He does trust that relationship with Kalen Ryden. With all the shifting they've done over there on the left, it's actually been the right where Rising has had most of their success. Doesn't hurt that Junior Flemings is standing over there.
Never does. Tenari wins it back. Here's Parks. Moreno up ahead. Weehan in the middle as well. Here's Guzman. Now Yearwood. Mexico is probing once again. CW61 Arizona has all the Rising action. Watch the games right here live or stream it live on the ABC 15 app on Roku, Fire TV, and more streaming devices. CW61, your home for Phoenix Rising. Flicked along, a good header there. Looked like the flag up on Josh Suggs. Tracks back and just puts this out of play. Didn't want to mess with Flemings there again.
Slowing down just a little bit here. Watch the long throw on display of Kanto. It's one of the fun ones you get with the Ghanaian. Can you find Dadashov? That'll be the key focal point here. Let's him stand in the mix. Flemings and of course Lambert. Quick little touch, little shield in front of Mizell.
A whip on that throw in. Mizell, quick catch. He decides just to slow things down. Moreno, some space to work. Weehan to his left, just a little bit too far out in front. Missed touch, but New Mexico keep it with Suggs. Suggs continuing his run to the end line, the cross. Headed right back where it came from and out for a throw-in.
It's a great idea, right? Notice his recognition, quick little step through the middle and then he goes. Has one of the higher IQs in the USL Championship. Self-recognition of not only his own space, but what others are capable around him. Willing to take chances, calculated, of course.
Here's Yearwood, some options in the middle. It's blocked away. Another throw-in for New Mexico. Moreno to the end line again, cutting it across, straight up into the air. Easy catch for Lubin in the end.
Outside of the opening 20 minutes, AJ Cochran has been on fire. He is everywhere and then some for this Phoenix Rising back line. The challenge, a couple clearances, done well vertically. Once again, helping his goalkeeper out, Zach Lubin, even when they've been broken down.
Yearwood stepping in on that long ball from Kevin Lambert. I feel like halftime's coming at a good point in this match.
It's starting to slow a little bit. They figured each other out. Understanding where the pressure is coming from, exactly what direction you're trying to go. I'm actually excited to see what role Andrew Tenari is going to play in the second half, because in the first, he's been almost unstoppable in terms of his distribution. Ball has been glued to his foot, and He's not the one who's been the assist maker like we saw him at Tampa Bay Rowdies in 2019. But he's doing all the simple stuff. And he makes it look so easy, Josh. Just little touches here and there, peels off. Those are the small things that go unnoticed. The overall efficiency of both teams has been much better than we've seen in previous matchups, and especially since what we've seen in 2020.
Flipped into the box. Tinari. Back for Guzman and Yearwood. He sends it in. Cleared away. Maybe a chance for Phoenix to run. Flemings. Now Asante. Back for Flemings. Dadashov's in the middle. A lot of black jerseys tracking back. It's still Junior Flemings. Did it take a deflection on the way out? I don't know, but it looks like a yellow card has been given to Juan Pablo Guzman. Not sure what the yellow card was for. It looks like it did take a deflection out. Get a corner.
Corner of the box, corner of the box, far corner of the box.
Just enough time here, Josh. Steal something before half.
Only 3 minutes of stoppage time. Guzman in the book. In the meantime, a corner. Taken short, then headed on, and just wide. Oh, work there from Phoenix, playing it short and then sending it in. Do you feel like we'll see any big changes come the second 45?
You'll see changes, not right away though. There's no reason. Everybody clipping at a pretty high rate right now. I'd like to see the shape of New Mexico United change just a little bit here. Specifically, when Salim Muhammad starts to tuck himself in, I'd like Andrew Tinari to pivot, bring himself above Juan Pablo and Salim Muhammad. The difference is here is once he goes up underneath the front two, they leave themselves even more exposed on that left-hand side because the coverage by Salim Muhammad when he tucks in is only being provided by Josh Suggs. Now they trust him, but that's a load of ground that he's not used to covering. Capable, yes, but it's a tall ask. However, it does provide that added dimension when you start to move forward. And when you watch the movement out of New Mexico United right now, there's good stuff going side to side. You're basically getting Weehander or Parks in isolated one-on-one situations. They don't have a third runner coming underneath though. So you're pulling runners one way and you don't have that trailing run at the top of the 18. Andrew Tinari was really good at that with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Conversely, a bit surprised Phoenix Rising haven't gone after it that left side a bit more.
Flemings getting into the box. Flemings, who was just poked away by Yearwood.
Close on this one. Great track back by Austin Yearwood. Both of these back lines have some serious speed to chase.
I think the sprinkler just came on. Yep.
Lovely.
You know, it's a warm night. I think these players will take it. Well, it's past the 3 minutes. I think they were on a timer for 48 minutes, and it was very precise.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. the groundskeeping crew is quickly losing their Christmas bonuses.
They'll retake this corner kick.
This will definitely be the last one, given the time frame.
Phoenix scored a late goal right before halftime last week against El Paso. Stanton send it in again. And there is the final whistle. 45 minutes have come and gone. 3 goals between these two sides, 2 of them for Phoenix, just 1 for New Mexico. And that is where we stand after 45 minutes. It was a fun first 45. Probably expect the same in the second 45. But at the break here at Casino Arizona Field, it's Phoenix Rising 2. It's New Mexico United 1. The Phoenix Rising halftime show coming up next.
Welcome to the Phoenix Rising halftime show. I'm Craig Fouie, joined by Rising head coach Rick Johnson. Rick, let me just start by saying first, congratulations, a 3-1 win on Saturday.
Thank you. It was much needed 3 points. You know, after a loss and a draw, it would have been 3 weeks in a row with something negative. So it was important. And it was against a very good team. So we're really happy. We have to put it behind us pretty quickly, though, because the next team comes rolling into town.
And that's an interesting one because New Mexico United's coming in when that's a game you should have been playing on the road initially, right?
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, unfortunately for them, their governor and their state is not allowing anybody to come in. And I'm just happy that they're able to play. Anytime the Phoenix Rising and New Mexico United play against each other, it's a derby game or derby or rivalry, however you want to call it. It's a big game.
It's a big one for you guys too, because that's been a tough opponent for you guys.
Yeah, you know, I think they'll all point out that we haven't beaten them yet. So we lost in penalties and then tied twice. So I think it's time for us to maybe get in the win column or at least put some distance here.
Let me ask you to just change the subject here, Rick. I want to talk to you about, you lost Peter Ramage this last week. It was his last game Saturday. What does that mean to you right now, to him, to you, and to the team?
Yeah, well, to Rambo, it's an opportunity to go back and coach at the reserve team at your boyhood club. For us, it would be like if you grew up as a Yankee fan and on your coaching, and all of a sudden you get to go right to their minor league AAA team as an assistant coach. So he couldn't pass it up. He came in my office and we had a long talk, and then he came back and he wanted to thank me. And, you know, he's so emotional and got choked up. And he said to me, I can't thank you enough for what you gave me and the opportunity to learn and improve. And I told him, I thank you for everything you did for this club, you know, and like every day he was just such a grinder. He worked so hard. So we won't replace him right away. We'll spread the work out amongst the staff. It means that I have to be on the field a little more coaching. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know, we all have to step up and pull our weight around here. And that's just part of coaching at the pro level as guys move on. So I'm really happy. I'm really proud. It makes me feel a little old that my assistant coaches are getting these jobs, but I guess it's pretty neat. You know, it means that we're doing something right here at Phoenix Rising.
You're watching the Phoenix Rising halftime show with head coach Rick Johnson. When we come back, we're going to talk about the 14-year-old phenom, Ansu Kano.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology, copiers and printers, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, security systems and cameras, complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific
yourself at Carvana.com.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. George Champus from Northwestern and U.S. Soccer's Chief Medical Officer joins me. Coach, try and describe as soccer has returned around the country over the past month, the work that you and the doctors at U.S. Soccer and in association with the USL Championship, the work you've put in to make sure everybody remains safe for athletes, staff, referees, and in some cases, fans.
Well, Mike, first, it's great to be with you, and watching the USL getting back on the field is really a special thing. To be perfectly honest with you, it's been a collaboration across, I think, our sport in the United States. I think it's what's been really, while we've seen so many challenges with regards to COVID, one of the really good things is seeing, all of the leagues come together, from USL to CONCACAF to NWSL to MLS to NISA, all of us really banding together as a single sport to find a pathway that is first and foremost healthy, and putting our players and all of the staff, coaches, announcers, referees, a top priority. And then subsequent to that was looking at our youth game, that we as a federation, can we create a very responsible guideline that really resonates across the sport.
It is halftime here in the desert. Phoenix Rising 2, New Mexico United 1. This one has lived up to the hype. Let's take a look around the USL Championship. Some news and notes around the league. Of course, that new training facility for Lou City, a new coach, and player of the month voting. Get your votes in. Who would be your player of the month?
I pick you, Josh.
Oh, Devin, thanks. Too bad I'm not up for selection.
I don't even get a vote, so I'm out. All right.
Bruno Lapa.
Bruno Lapa.
I know you love Bruno Lapa.
My boy, man. I think he's had a fantastic start. And how about the facility that's going into Louisville? Champions Park was actually named that beforehand. 3 natural grass fields, 4 with turf, all with lights, locker rooms, gym, kitchen, dining hall, media room, and a petting zoo.
Really?
I added that last one for fun.
Can I sleep over there? As we take a look at the Best Western scoreboard, a lot of interesting finals tonight, including the other few teams in New Mexico United's group. El Paso, a big win over Colorado Springs, and Austin getting a big win over RGV.
One that pretty excited about, to be honest. San Antonio FC. They're the real deal, huh? They're finding some quality results. Christian Perano gets another goal. Nice to see him in it. Marcelo Serrano, 4-1. Of course, if that was an RGV, that probably would have been a 0-0 game, but, call me crazy.
And it would have ended at 3:30 a.m. Tacoma Defiance also hanging in there against Reno. A lot of interesting scores around the league. We'll come back. We're just getting set for the second half, and boy, it'll be fun, or so we hope. Oh, is that Jake Edwards and Ryan Madden? Oh, yes, it is. They're taking in this one. It's so good. 2-1 to Phoenix Rising. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Phoenix Rising halftime show. Tonight we introduce you to the youngest member of Rising, Ansu Kana.
So I'd asked our coaching staff to go round up as many players as they could. I wanted to see a scrimmage. And they got all the best 17, 18, 19-year-olds in the community. And they told me, you got to take a look at this 14-year-old. And I said, no, go ahead. That's fine if you guys believe. Well, I go out there for that scrimmage game. They're training, and the ball gets played over the top, and a real good movement. And he just shows a burst of speed. And I remember leaning over to one of the assistant coaches, and I said, well, who's that kid? And he laughed, and he said, that's the 14-year-old. And he was in Liberia, in a war-torn country, and grew up in Monrovia. And I'm sure Ansu's seen and had to do some things that not many 14-year-olds have been around. So his parents winning the lottery to come to the U.S., and now he gets this opportunity. I don't think this kid's going to look back. He's going to keep going forward.
The result came out 2017, my mom actually won. And I was coming from school, and she told me, oh, we won. We have to go through the process. And I was, like, really happy.
What does that mean for you guys in the future? Could he play on the team right now?
I mean, he's got a ways to go. And we're talking about, we have some guys that are on the bench that are very, very good seasoned pros. And he's extremely talented for his age. But what's important is that we want to teach him how to be a pro.
It was, like, very important for me because, like, my whole life, like, all I wanted to do was just play soccer and improve every single time. And I would, like, always train by myself and stuff like that, and always trying to improve every time.
We do, like, keep away games. And it's usually the youngest has to start in the middle. And Solo the other day made a comment. He said Ansu's going to be in the middle for like the next 6 years.
And Ansu's favorite thing so far about being part of Phoenix Rising?
Going to the games, even though like right now I'm not playing because I haven't earned it yet. So, but watching them play is like so much enjoyable, and like just sit and just watch like them do that thing and learn a lot from them, take notes. Yeah, it has been like a pleasure watching them play every time.
Thanks for joining us for the Phoenix Rising halftime show. The second half is coming up next. And up next on Rising's schedule, they take on the LA Galaxy 2 in Los Angeles on Wednesday, and then head back home on Saturday for a game against San Diego Loyal. So a very tough schedule.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Wow, they just let anybody in a Casino Arizona field, huh?
I haven't been allowed in yet. I wouldn't know.
Many of the cardboard cutouts, Barack Obama, and of course those at the Children's Hospital. Very, very cool. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. We start in the 5th minute. Boy, things got going quick in this one.
It did rock USL Championship football. You want to check tape? Let's go with Romeo Parks. Watch the separation he creates between the back two of Whelan and Cochran. And that just has to be better. It's simple enough. The back line has to be better for Phoenix Rising, and they would get better. The problem is they conceded inside 5 minutes. You think, okay, great. Here we go again. Uphill battle. Is this really going to be another draw? Only 45 minutes will tell, but the response was excellent from the home squad. Where are you going to get a spark from? Let's go with Junior Flemings. Nice ball up over the top. John Baquero. Still feel like we have not seen the best out of John Baquero. But we've seen some good spurts in this match. Good ball out in front. Junior Flemings does a good job cutting it back behind the body of the defender. That allows him to pick and choose any which way that he wants to go. And there's Junior Flemings once again. Now, Solomon Asante's already whipped this one in. Then he is one of the most crafty in and around the byline. Little touch around Josh Suggs, who does not get beaten in that fashion on a regular basis. Yet alone does it happen to him against his rival, Phoenix Rising. Put it on a platter for Dadashov. He puts him out in front by 1.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats. The shots have been flying. The possession just about even as well.
And not surprising. And that'll wax and wane as the match continues to go on. You're going to see spurts here in the second half. Will open up. They'll slow it down. You just wonder at what point in time does New Mexico go real slow, almost in neutral, inviting more pressure from Phoenix to coax them off of their back line. As bad as they've been in transition, talking about the back four of Phoenix, does New Mexico try and go after that, or do they stick to what they were successful at in the first half, that quick transitional play, catch them off guard? I like them pulling them out, bringing them towards their own goal. However, it is a gamble.
So just getting set for the second half, and there will be a halftime substitution. Sam Hamilton will come on. The Denver, Colorado native, 24 years old, made 20 appearances last season. Of course, spent some time with Phoenix Rising as well.
Had to make this move, right? Everything that went wrong on the right side for New Mexico United. And he's having a conversation with his running mate, Kalen Ryden. Tete will go off. This will hopefully, in the eyes of Troy Lesesne, open up more opportunities for the right side of Austin Yearwood, because Josh Suggs talked about his aggression in the first half. Now, can you find balance in the second, while at the same point in time, and more importantly, locking down what has been an absolute gaping gap on the right side of the back line for New Mexico United, and Junior Fleming's just pretty much having his way in the first half.
Team switch ends, and here we go. The final 45 minutes. It's going to be the only matchup here in 2020 between these two sides. Phoenix in Group B, New Mexico in Group C. They are not in the same quadrant of the bracket come playoff time. So I believe if these two teams were to meet again, it would be a Western Conference final. Here comes New Mexico, and that's just wide. Don't forget, all three matchups last year ended in a draw. It's just the fourth matchup between these two sides. It's just the second year in existence for New Mexico United. Carroll loses out. Tenari. Here's Asante. Centrally for Dadashov. He loses possession. Black jerseys converging very quickly. Now Parks, a missed touch. Trickle out for a throw-in.
Got to walk before you crawl. You and I were talking prior to the broadcast about where Romeo Parks was at his best. Still feel like getting him down in the channel, allowing him to run a bit more. And that's the most important thing, whether it's in a central location or out on the wing. Getting it out in front of him, letting him chase is where he breaks down the opposition the best. We saw that from the goal 5 minutes in. Then hasn't exactly been super available up top. Credit to Phoenix Rising, their ability to lock this down.
King cross coming in, takes a bounce, maybe slight appeal for handball. Sam Hamilton comes away with it. Do you feel like we've seen enough of Chris Wehan tonight?
Give him 15, 20 minutes, start of the first half, he was good. But as mentioned, Josh, the shapes from both of these squads have changed as well. You can never get enough Chris Wehan.
Of course.
Let's get that out of the way.
Ball lofted in and straight out of play. I asked that question because Rick Sean said this team pretty much starts and stops with Sandoval, who's obviously not in the lineup tonight, and Wehan, especially in the attack, but it was Parks getting the opening goal.
I would agree with him for the most part. All due respect to Devin Sandoval, I think you can find some play from an alternate route if he's not there. I don't think you can get the same output. I shouldn't say I don't think. I know you won't get the same output if Chris Wehan's not in there.
Right.
The position it's different. He's asked to play a different role, and I understand that. But where does the next step come for him based upon the way the night's going, right? So you start strong, you step away here a little bit, so you've been out of the match for about 30 minutes. We also talked about how much better A.J. Cochran and Corey Whelan have been. So now you have to start to venture out. Can you start to pinch toward the left side? He likes to do that. He's got a great relationship with Josh Suggs. If he drops down in, does anybody then step through the middle? Can Romeo Parks shift to the outside a little bit, and Wehan goes and plays the point man up top? There are plenty of looks that you can give. It's just what suits you best when you do start to make this movement going forward. And that was just a good look. They had him down in the channel.
Here's Tenari getting it wide. A couple options in the middle. One of them is Weehan for Moreno. Will take an effort on goal, and it just sails wide. The angle is very tight as he reached that end line. Fleming's winning it back. Tenari going to ground. Oh, that's a good ball for Asante if he can run into it. And he'll be able to keep it in play. Asante, his cross blocked away. It's out for a corner kick. He was in a ton of space down the right.
Just hoping behind the play, Andrew Tenari doesn't pick something up here, and he's reaching to that right leg, almost his knee, and you hope not. Turned it right on the sprinklers. Trying to track back, and the ball he was going around Junior Fleming's on. Conversely, you talked about Chris Weehan. Felt like we didn't see enough Solomon Asante in the first half. There's a lot of space over there, and that was available. It just fell into the likes of when they'd go left, they'd stay there. Can't blame them.
Asante swinging it in, going for goal, it's in! 3-1 to Phoenix Rising. I believe it was the big center back, it was AJ Cochran.
This is a look we've seen out of New Mexico United in 2019. They would run this off Justin Schmidt, run him all the way to the back post, bring something back across the middle, and allow a secondary runner to come onto it. AJ Cochran doesn't have to worry about it. Solomon Asante whips this in. Nobody, and I repeat, no one challenges AJ Cochran. He barely has to leave the ground. A little loft, pushed all the way back across the 6. Cody Mizell, multiple bodies in front of him. AJ Cochran struggled early in this match, but has gotten better as it's gone on, and he's rewarded for his efforts.
The first goal of the season for AJ Cochran. It is assist number 30 in the career of Solomon Asante in the USL Championship. All of a sudden, New Mexico, this is a big task ahead of them on the road tonight. Quick throw in taken. Now we'll have to see the response for New Mexico United. Park steps in, intercept. Maybe something opening up. Weehan. There's Cochran there to knock it away again.
Great challenge. He's winning every single ball right now, Josh.
Weehan commits the foul. Conversation. Lucas Spala and Chris Weehan.
He's got to take something special here. We talked about with Rising have been able to do. Jay Cochran getting better. Backline starting to settle things down. Mexico United headed in the opposite direction.
Foul will go against New Mexico United. A free kick for Phoenix. This is in a good area. Stan will run away. Carroll will loft this in. Another header coming back. Oh, Stanton was there. Stanton still has it. Oh, he just fizzes it by. That was well worked from Phoenix. You feel like maybe if Stanton got that on the first time, he might have scored.
That's where you have to have a conversation with Dadashov. Obviously, he's paid the big bucks for a reason. You want him to strike this. But as this comes all the way back over, there's what you're talking about, Josh. Stanton can step right into this. It's a natural progression for his body going towards goal. Dadashov's moving away from it. That makes him take the second and third touch. He's fortunate to get one off. That could have easily been the fourth, though.
Some major warning signs now for New Mexico United. There's 3 unanswered goals for Phoenix Rising, much like it was last week against El Paso. Fans, be sure to get to Arizona Federal Credit Union to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team, spread the word, and you can score $100 when you get one. And I've got to say, Devin, it's the coolest looking debit card I've ever seen. Visit ArizonaFederal.org/Phoenix Rising for more information. Mexico United get forward into the attack. I believe Lambert, yep, he'll go into the book. He wasn't going to let that happen. Shrugs his shoulders and moves on.
It's just not enough pressure up top right now for New Mexico United. Here's a good look, tracking all the way back. Moreno had moved up a little bit, but with Chris Wehan, now you remove one of your attacking options. It's a foul for sure, as Andrew Tenari trying to play out of the middle. Comes so deep, 50 yards from goal, and you're asking Romeo Parks, though obviously capable based upon what we saw inside 10 first half, to go after this back four that has only gotten better. And that's the progression I'm talking about, where find a way to create combination play with Tenari outside of Chris Wehan. Look at how high he is right now. Now you're starting to see Tenari. That's the step that I'm talking about. Come up high, get in front of the triangle, and help them out going forward.
Here's Parks. Knocked out for a corner. Now Lubin directing traffic as we get set for this Carvana corner kick.
They are good from set pieces. They take a lot of pride in it. It's actually something they script out prior to the match. Whether a dead ball outside of the box or coming from the corner. They go through the repetitions over and over again. Like a drill sergeant, Troy Lesane, just banks it into those minds. A couple key ones that they go to, 4 namely.
Ball sent in, bouncing around in the box, and it's knocked in! New Mexico United pull one back. It might have been Andrew Tenari to get on the end of it. Nonetheless, it's 3-2.
He gets on the back of it, Josh. Clever back heel by Andrew Tenari. Not the build-up play that we asked for their central midfielder. Sometimes you just need lady luck to poke her head out when you're on the road up against extenuating circumstances. And how about this ball? Just falls right in front of him. Back stick in front of Darnell King. Owusu Ansakanto can't believe it either. Little dabble. And there's life left in the visitors yet.
His first goal of the season. It's time for the Sonic Happy Hour, brought to you by Sonic. Enjoy the Car Hop Classic for a knockout price of $2.99 if a Rising player scores during the 60th minute. One lucky fan will win a $500 Sonic gift card. For more information, visit phxrisingfc.com/Sonic.
I feel like you and I should check the contractual agreement with Sonic as to what would take place if the visitors scored.
Do we get a gift card?
I've already explored that option. That was a quick answer of no.
Well, it's not going to happen tonight, unfortunately, but in the meantime, it's still a set piece for Phoenix Rising.
You've got a couple options from this distance, Josh. Now, it is pretty far out. It's not outside the range of either one of these marksmen, but it does give you the idea where Cody Mizell has to be careful. He's only going to go with a two-man wall here. And look at the near post. Vaquero can go. You have the height as well, and you can go low.
Asante, oh, will take this on. Oh, and it's just high. You know, we saw a similar goal a few days ago in the championship final, whipping it in near post, and Asante almost did it again.
And the angle actually proves better for John Vaquero, but how about Solomon Asante? Everybody thinks he's going to whip this in, and I have no problem whatsoever trying to go to the near post. Because he's lined up on such a dead angle, it's hard to not come around the ball, so it does end up coming back towards Cody Mizell. 60th minute, true to form, both Troy Lesesne and Rick Schantz going to their benches.
Schweitzer will come on for Sam Stanton. Looks like Ryan Williams along with David Estrada will come on for United. Muhammad will make way.
Watch Lambert now. Schweitzer will tuck in behind Ian Vaquero. Lambert's going to step up in next to the Spaniard and see if he can help out in the attack.
Guzman also makes way. Vaquero trying to slip it in behind. Well, this is one thing that Rick Schantz kind of learned as the season went on. When you have a lead, maybe instead of trying to go for more goals, try to protect that lead, and I think we're seeing that learning experience here tonight. Parks keeps it moving. Schweitzer. Parks over the top. Lubin was quick off his line. Good read there by the goalkeeper.
Surprised he doesn't hit this, Romeo Parks. Notice how quickly the divergent closes off. He's got a window of opportunity. Tries to catch the run up over the top by Chris Wehan. Shocking, we're not missing any drama, are we? Both of these teams always willing to provide. Much better in the second half by the backline of New Mexico United. Sam Hamilton understanding that, okay, maybe it wasn't the best first half by Tete. He's definitely closed that off quite nicely here. Phoenix Rising has tailored their expectations a little bit, just in terms of what they want the attack to look like. Don't want to step back too much, though.
Here's Suggs. Suggs will keep going. It's now from Moreno. He wants it on his right foot. Williams on the turn to keep it. Tenari blocked. Tenari again. Not sure if he's looking there for Parks or for Moreno. Nonetheless, he loses out. Tenari, though, wins it right back for United. Estrada. Maybe the tide's turning just a little bit. A goal from Cochran put Phoenix up 3-1 just after halftime, but then moments ago, Tenari pulling one back for New Mexico United. Here's Suggs again. His cross cleared away.
The inversion that we've become so accustomed to seeing for New Mexico United. Josh Suggs comes back inside, and it was the 1-2 punch of he and Santi Moar. that everybody come to know and love in 2019. This time, it's Ian Estrada going tit for tat on that left side. Just a quick little touch in. Estrada holds it up. It's a little inverted banana curve to get him down into the byline.
Wehan punched away by Lubin, but it's straight up in the air. The whistle came first. Foul goes against New Mexico. Should mention the next game coming up on ESPN Deportes will be August 25th. Las Vegas Lights against Orange County Soccer Club, 10 Eastern on ESPN Deportes. The big Group B matchup. I'm sure Phoenix will have their eye on that one. Las Vegas and San Diego postponed tonight. San Diego coming in here next to Casino Arizona Field. Mexico will face Colorado Springs next week as well.
They'll be looking to get back at it after their troublesome performance this evening. Colorado Springs.
No doubt, no doubt.
It's not an easy group that they're in. No one's in an easy group.
No.
Group A.
Tacoma Defiance has been hanging in there, I've got to say.
I'll tell you what, you and I can walk into Vegas if we weren't involved in this, and you can have Tacoma Defiance. I'll take the field in Group A. Deal? Call it a day.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, you'd be buying dinner, let's just say that.
Reno holding a 2-1 lead over Tacoma with 20 minutes to go. The other thing with New Mexico, and you have to give them a lot of credit, and Troy Lesesne has praised his team's character, the amount of travel this team has had to deal with. Of course, every team, a lot of travel by bus, especially during these times, but New Mexico has not been able to play at home. We'll get the subs right now for Phoenix. Listri will be the one to come on, along with Santi Moar. Had a feeling he would come in at some point tonight. Now as Conto comes out.
No push. Most assuredly, Junior Fleming's up top in the 9. Santi Moar will go to the left. That's been the experimentation recently. What they decide to do on the back line right now. You slide everybody over one.
So Dadashov also will come off, and that's the second substitution window used by Rick Schantz. Still has 2 substitutions available. Just one of those windows has been used for New Mexico, since one of those subs was at halftime. Moreno. Tenari gets it out wide. Yearwood keeps it in play. Williams. That'll be a handball. Well, of course, Santi Moar played such a crucial role last year for New Mexico United. Coming over to Phoenix Rising this year, we asked Rick Schantz about what Santi Moar could expect coming into this game, and he basically said he's treating this as a true professional would. He had a great training session on Friday, Rick Schantz said. He's being a team player and a pro, and he just knows it's another game. He has to focus on it. But, you know, maybe in the back of his mind, there's a little something there.
He only deals in definitives, trust me. There's more, even if he doesn't allude to it.
Slip through Moreno. Oh, the flag goes up.
Way offside.
The peanut gallery letting us know as well. Well done by the AR. Looked like that was Peter Trevisani just sitting behind. He's another one who's faded from this match. Armando Moreno. Look at how good he was. How most of them were pretty impressive to start it. Of course, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And currently right now, it's a rough one up over the top of Junior Flemings. Wow.
20 minutes to go. New Mexico looking for that equalizer after pulling one back through Andrew Tinari just moments ago. They're setting up for a grandstand final 20 minutes. These two teams, they never disappoint when they get together. Marks just a little bit too far out of his reach, and Lubin will come to claim it. Distribution looking for Flemings. Mizell will take this on the other end.
Let's see if they pump some more balls into the wings with Joey Talisha going to right back and Darnell King moving all the way over to the left next to AJ Cochran. There's your answer. Bad response from your substitute. But if you go the other way, loads of space down in that corner right now.
Sante deflects it out. Here's Hamilton. The long diagonal. Knocked away again. Sante will keep this in play. Trying to switch the field. Oh, and it worked. Here's Baquero. A low cross in. Oh, that's a beautiful finish. Junior Flemings a brace. And Phoenix Rising distancing themselves from New Mexico United again.
The writing was on the wall the minute this started to take shape. The quick question was going to be, could they ink it? Chalk smears, but ink's never lasting. All the way back across. Johnny Baquero, how about this ball? Great finish by Junior Flemings. But the idea that he can put this on the deck with pace, get it out in front of Mizell, and still give the Jamaican a window of opportunity. Twice tonight, we have asked to see more of John Baquero, and he is sure delivered.
So Flemings on the score sheet again. Rising pouring in the goals. Oh, now he's on a hat trick. Mizell way off his line. Heads it away. Now we ask New Mexico, what's the response going to be this time? Spalla will not let Phoenix run away as he blows his whistle. Moreno. Moreno cutting it back again to the end line. The cross palmed away there by Lubin. And Cochran, no nonsense, just knocking it out as far as he could.
The ghost of Peter Ramage screaming from the sideline, catch it to Zach Lubin. Surprised that he spilled this on his 6. Read it perfectly. That outstretched left arm couldn't bring it in.
Corner taken quickly, headed on. Oh, it just goes high. Lubin arguing for a foul. We'll get the goal kick, and we'll get our second half hydration break as well. It's almost 4-3.
Almost doesn't count, Josh.
We get to our second half hydration break. We've had some pretty good goals as well in this second half as well. Started off the corner kick, Asante, another assist, and Cochran gets his first goal.
21 minutes, AJ Cochran. In from Solomon Asante, nice ball whipped in. Turn the page 7 minutes later. Andrew Tinari said in the run of play he needed to be better. How about at 5'7" tall inside the 6? Let's go. Let's get right back at it. You throw one punch. Is this the knockout? Only time will tell. Cannot draw it up any better, Josh. What a ball to the back post by John Baccaro.
Now look at the Sprouts virtual watch party. These Phoenix Rising fans have got to be loving what they're seeing, especially against the opponent.
He knows it's right there within their grasp. Another solid performance by Junior Flemings. Anytime you need him to dial up another level, seems like he always provides. And Rick Sean Scudo still giving direction. 2-goal lead, 13 minutes to go. Never stops coaching. The pivot on the press that he talked to us about, it's really fun to watch. And they're expecting, when it comes to the left side, Dadashov comes over a little bit. Junior Flemings helps out. Expecting that Solomon Asante can steal one of those outlet balls. Otherwise, you just go 1v1 in a man marking situation. Challenge New Mexico United to play out of the back. It's what, for the most part, gone on all night long. Of course, Dadashov now takes a seat. Flemings comes up top, and Santi Moar goes to the left side. Would that be icing on the cake for the Spaniard to get on the score sheet as well? Just rub salt in the wound.
That would be quite the storyline. There's Estrada trying to tee one up. It's blocked down. New Mexico answer back. All 3 matches last year, of course, were draws. Take quite the effort here in the final 12+ minutes. Get this level at 4. We've seen crazier things before.
The limited amount of space they're getting right now, Josh, you can just feel one of these United attackers, whether it be Andrew Tinari, Josh Suggs, and that little check down in that you're getting out of Estrada Moreno, that they want to have a go from 20, 25 yards out, fire this team back into the match.
Flemings looked like lost his footing. Quite a shift he's put in tonight. Number 7 in red. Ball over the top, looking for Moreno. Good touch to bring it down. That's going to be a push in the back all day, and a yellow card to Leastry.
Perfect decision, Josh. Beautiful take, bringing this down out of the air. shades of Nani the other night, and MLS is back. Great touch by David Estrada. As a defender, you've pretty much only got one decision. You have to go to ground. Win the tackle, great. If not, better than giving up a wide open lane for Estrada to pick and choose where he wants to go. Does Weehan try and get coy just like Solomon Asante did, or does Suggs go all the way to the back stick with it on that left foot of his?
Couple subs readying for New Mexico United, but first the free kick. It'll be Weehan. Blocked down, and it's the counter on now for Phoenix. Asante, can he keep this in play? No. And we'll get those subs coming now. Maybe a surprising sub here. Parks and Weehan will come off. Sergei and Joris Linvi will come on. Linvi scored his first career professional goal last week against OKC Energy. Gets 9 minutes to influence tonight's match. So that's all 5 subs used by New Mexico United. Troy Lesesne has done all he can do from his bench. We asked Troy Lesesne about Linvi this week. He really likes what he has in the young attacker. Still kind of coming into his own, spending last year at Indiana. Long-range effort, as you alluded to a few moments ago. This one blocked away again.
Similar sentiments coming out of both Troy Lesesne and head coach from the Hoosiers, Todd Yeagley. I feel like the ceiling's really high. Great athletic ability, speed, strike it, and technical, but not necessarily a finished product. There needs to be some buffing over here and there to smooth around the rough edges. The shine can be quite bright. Maybe just a bit of patina at this point in time.
Here's Asante. Linvi. Lahada red jerseys back defending. Mexico United break them down. They'll have to do it twice. Tenari in the box, he'll get it right back. Lubin is coming off his line. Instead, it's cleared away. Chris Weehan, who had scored in 4 straight games. That streak comes to a close here tonight. As he exited just moments ago. Now Moreno. Cutting infield again. Once again taken off the ball. Lubin will take his time.
More precious seconds going to tick off the clock here, Josh. And don't really have a massive sense of urgency out of United right now. Like to see them pick up the pace a little bit here, and we said that the up-tempo combined with the discipline to downshift is where they're great, but they don't have that luxury anymore. 5+ minutes, you've got fresh legs up top and in the midfield. You would think that some of the decision making would change and explore other options than what you've seen, as no longer were Parks and Weehan able to get it done.
Here's Baquero. He wanted that to run through for Flemings. Instead, Asante jumped in. Now here comes New Mexico. Linvi trying to use some speed, and once again a good tackle. Man of the match might end up going to Junior Flemings, but A.J. Cochran, I think he has a shout potentially as well, as Moar comes forward. Moar trying to slip it in. Flemings for the hat trick. There it is. 3 for Flemings. And Phoenix Rising will take all 3 points as well.
I'm happy to give you an answer, Josh. You can just watch the replay, and I'm pretty sure the body of work speaks for itself out of Junior Flemings. Do not allow him to run at you. Do not allow him to drift off your back shoulder. And most assuredly, you cannot let him go one-on-one with your goalkeeper. Check mark for all 3. Junior Flemings gets 3, and Phoenix Rising 100% have their 3 points on the night.
A couple of more subs coming on as Flemings has the hat trick. Farrell and Barmby coming on. Sante and Becerra will make way. All 5 subs have been used now for both sides. Well, as you said, Junior Flemings answering my question.
If A.J. Cochran and Corey Whelan hadn't had that issue right at the beginning,
potentially
that leads to the goal, you might be able to sway me differently, but just the performance Flemings has been able to put in. And it's the way that he scores his goals. In traffic, out in space, on the right, on the left, it does not matter with him. It gets to a point where he becomes unmarkable, to be honest. Because even though you know what he's going to do, you still can't stop it. You can only hope to contain. And most have not, because it's an airtight situation that does not exist when you're playing against Junior Flemings.
He's going to be really intriguing to watch the rest of this season. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I mean, you had Asante, an incredible season, the MVP type season he had last year. Potentially, could he follow that up, Junior Flemings? A lot of soccer left to be played as this ball's whipped in and out of play.
He could follow it up. I'd like to see him continue towards the double-double club. Even with the compacted season, I think he's capable.
10 and 10?
Absolutely. You know that he can run at you. And he's got great build-up with combination play. It's just, can he be the distributor? Usually falling to Becerra, Lambert, Anginaga.
About 3.5 too many.
There is going to be that run for Jack Barmby with 5 minutes to go for him. Nice to see him back out there. Of course, Santi Moar will shift to the right side now. It's got to be something special for Santi. I know he doesn't get the goal, but great run. Quick little split inside. Unselfish as well. Recognizes that there's a better opportunity for Junior Flemings. Well read there. It just lays it off. Let him do the dirty work. All the hard work had already been done. Just needed to allow the finishing touch to be put on by the Jamaican. He's happy to light that candle.
Lindy plays it wide. Yearwood. Williams took a deflection right at Lubin.
Sweaty down there?
Do you feel like we're getting closer and closer to the finished product of Phoenix Rising and playing up to their potential?
You've taken a step towards it. You're nowhere near it. Trust me. You would get the same answer out of Rick Shantz. Because even though you've seen 5 goals tonight, Think about how shaky it was for 25, 30 minutes to start the first half. He's not interested in that at all. And the good news is as bad as that was, you only gave up one. You're able to go out, get a few, give yourself that 2-goal cushion. Here's the secondary chance where once you add multiple goals to the lead, you let New Mexico United back in it, and then you just take off again. And you never question them having to score goals, right? It's how can you defend when there's an onslaught of barrages coming at you? Ask the Real Monarchs, ask Fresno. The success came in that fashion. Unfortunately for New Mexico United, that only lasted for half of the first half. Army's going to take Maurice Linvey down. The good news for them is that, turn the page, New Mexico United's going to get a crack at a couple of familiar faces, having already taken down Colorado Springs in the resumption of play back on July 11th. They won 2-1. They're going to play them twice in the next 4 games, sandwiched in between back-to-back matches, the 19th and the 22nd against the Real Monarchs.
8 games upcoming for both of these sides. Phoenix had their game postponed against Los Dos in the midweek to the 19th. So they will face San Diego Loyal, the first time San Diego and Phoenix will go at it here in 2020. And Donovan and company coming here to Phoenix.
Their game with the Las Vegas Lights postponed earlier today. So they will be on a bit more rest. Take it how you want. Be rusty, be fresh. I'm sure Landon Donovan is more than happy to get back to training and continue to get his squad better.
Cross coming in, the header goes wide. Well, you look at the Group E standings right now. Now it's Phoenix Rising and San Diego Loyal level on 6 games played, and Phoenix Rising has a point differential of +2 over Loyal, 13-11. They also have a +11 goal differential over San Diego Loyal at the moment.
Never hurts.
But the team that is still on 3 games is Orange County, just 5 points, but they showed a lot in those 2 games against Phoenix, and you feel like they'll have something to say before this season is over as well. Not done yet is New Mexico. Sergi towards the back post. It's knocked out.
That'll be the true test for San Diego, because with all due respect to Landon Donovan, 3-1-2, your 3 wins, not exactly against the highest caliber of opponent.
Points are points, though.
You beat Tacoma Defiance. You beat Real Monarchs with a team that has, take it for what it is.
Oh, is Fleming's going to get a 4th? No. The whistle comes.
Just didn't have that full roster at their disposal like they did in 2019. And then you beat Las Vegas Lights. Now you're going to start to play with the big boys. You're going to get Orange County, play Phoenix, Reno, Orange County again, Phoenix again. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
It's a crucial stretch.
Yeah, now you're reaching the point in the group where you don't have the chance to step back a little bit.
Tonight here in Phoenix, it was all about Phoenix Rising. There had not been a winner in this series in 3 games last year. But for the first time, it's Phoenix Rising. They come out on top against New Mexico United. 5-2 winners tonight here at Casino Arizona Field. A lot of respect between those 2 men.
You better believe that. Regardless of the start, it's the finish and the points. Final product eluding Phoenix Rising. Work in progress. Same can be said for what's going on the other side of the ball with New Mexico United, but that has to be the Carvana man of the match, Junior Flemings. Hat trick. All the way to the locker room. Well-deserved 3 for Phoenix, 3 for Flemo, and 5 goals in the back of the net overall.
Well, it was a fun 90 minutes. It definitely lived up to the hype. 7 goals between the two sides, but 5 of them for Phoenix Rising. We'll come back to Casino Arizona Field to wrap things up.
Unlimited graphic design for a flat rate monthly fee. Unlimited revisions and next business day delivery. DesignPickle.com.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology. Copiers and printers. Managed IT and cloud services. Unified communications and telephones. Security systems and cameras. Complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Equality Health Network today. Equality Health.
Back here to wrap things up from Casino Arizona Field. What a 90 minutes it was. We can now all catch our breaths after Phoenix Rising take down New Mexico United 5-2 tonight in Scottsdale. Let's take a look at the full-time highlights and a lot of goals to talk about. Starting on 5 minutes, it was Romeo Parks. Look at this header.
Armando Moreno, Romeo Parks. Set the pace, set the tone, let's go get it. Awesome. First goal inside 15 minutes once again. 3rd time in 4 matches for New Mexico United. Response comes quickly. Junior Flemings out in space. John Baquero finds the Jamaican. He finds himself some space. Doesn't matter how he gets it. Always finds a way to finish it. It's 1-1.
That was the first of many. Then on 22, boy, this pass from Asante, that's beautiful.
Stop me if you've heard it before. Solomon Asante finds Rufat Dadashov in the box. Dadashov finishes it off.
It's like the first game against Portland.
Every single thing that you asked for out of Phoenix Rising. So we go into half. Okay, it's 2-1. We've got the lead. Let's pad it. And why not? Let's get our center back involved. AJ Cochran wide open on the back post. That gets him to 3-1. However, Andrew Tenari had other ideas. Down, but not out. Their central midfielder. Jotty on the spot. Little back heel. We go again. Back to the center circle we go. It's 3-2. Can it be a mad dash, or can Phoenix Rising finish it off? Junior Flemings, hold my water. Second of the night. Back of the net in the 73rd minute, but you cannot take away the brilliant ball coming from John Baquero. Junior Flemings one more time, this time from the Spaniard Santi Moar. Hat trick. Octopus, rats, whatever you want to throw on the field. Junior Flemings deserves it. Fantastic performance.
Quite a night from Junior Flemings. We take a look at the full-time stats. The shots really tell it all. We knew we'd get fireworks, and we got them.
He sticks 6 on target, 5 in the back of the net. One of the most efficient performances offensively from Phoenix Rising in recent memory. Defense started slow, got much better. Were it not for that early mistake by Whelan and AJ Cochran might have been able to steal away the man of the match from Junior Flemings. But, you know, 3 goals, hard to argue that.
Well, Devin, that was a lot of fun. We knew it'd be a heavyweight battle, and boy, did we get some punches thrown each way, but Phoenix Rising gets the knockout blow in the end, the first win in this series between these two sides. That's going to do it tonight for our entire crew. Broadcast partner Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern, saying so long from Casino Arizona Field.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.